Ain't no competition, ain't no rivalry. Niggas think I'm playing, I don't hear one word they saying. This shit light work. Think Muhammad one of us, he might lose his life first. Circle up and stay alert. Nothing got to stress the nigga. He ain't demon, this an exorcism. Watch I bless the nigga. Took that open blood, then you know I'm gonna get active with you. From the opposition, I see vision. Let me paint you picture. Rappers claim they spin, now I ain't listening. Is in fact a fish. If revenge was a woman, now I stole that bitch like Jake. So Tower War, we gon' run the summer. It's gon' be historical. Thought they making plays, made them niggas call the audible. As who run this shit, but their question is rhetorical. Bitch, I'm the one, me cookies with the oil. I'ma get them crackers, hell, should've never kidnapped my family. I can't be too baby. Bet I be the last nigga standing. Do a life sentence for my niggas, pray you understand me. I might put a switch on this Glock and call it young gay. How you real triggering on them dots? You a bird feeder, claiming he a demon. What's a demon to a cold leader? When he says something, I ain't hear him. This shit light. It ain't about who got the gun, it's about who gon' up that pipe first. I turn a bad situation to a game change. Bring soldiers from the dead, just raised up the chain. Bring shots, I'ma look like Aaron Jones when I run it. Never fight the hand of creature, you will never get that hand back. He bitching about 10%, I don't wanna hear none of that. He dropping sword, fuck him, just make sure you get that cover back. Look around, he ain't with us. You with the angels for your brothers. Everybody wanna be Richard Porter. God kill him like Alpo. Play if he want, it's laying in the trunk like Lee Malvo. A certified woman's ass nigga, I am not a toy. Hey, I with that hollow side. Yeah, this the rim accord. Feel like Gullah Jack when I'm in Fayetteville. You feel your boy. Still up on my bread, still I think that's all that I do. The way I get it boy lost, they gon' start to call it Bell Run. Fuck his gang. Pop out on them demons like I'm Hellboy.
Backstage.
You ain't no Israelite, but you a gospelite, bitch.
Fuck you talking about?
If that nigga won't walk, bitch, we ready. It ain't hard to find us. How can I keep that stick locked, loaded, boy, he'll fade you line up. Young nigga name is Slayer. You think, boy, you be done to try. South Coast shit, we bout it. You PK, you solid. Little bitch think I'm crazy, think I'm playing like bitch, I ain't the one. Warfare every day, so who is you, bitch? I don't need your love. Killers right round the way. What you think? I love this brotherhood. Hood. More than you, bitch. Shaw shit, I'm about it. You PK, you solid. Fuck nigga don't want war. It ain't enough clips in your army. All the bitches wanna take my piece. All the hoes wanna take my piece. All the niggas wanna take my piece. No, I can't let a dog take it from me. I can't let a dog take it from me. You a hoe, sonny, and you dummy. And these bitches really out this bitch walk around like they don't know nothing. And the lame nigga fall for them and get set up for the coins and get gunned down, man down. Should've took the time, get a damn no. But I see the shawty and I show her. She could never get a piece hold. You a dirt ass, rust ass neck bitch with a fake ass touring. In Tennessee while I'm touring. That's a Tennessee, but she luring. And a sucker duck bitch ass boy, fuck nigga over that bitch muggin'. I say, if that nigga won't walk, bitch, we ready. It ain't hard to find us. Hawk, I keep that stick locked, loaded, boy, he'll fade you line up. Young nigga name is Slayer. What you think, boy? You be done to try. South Coast shit, we bout it. You PK, you solid. Little bitch think I'm crazy, think I'm playing like bitch, I ain't the one. Warfare every day, so who is you, bitch? I don't need your love. Killers right round the way. What you think? I love this brotherhood. Hood. More than you, bitch. You a lame nigga down to me. Eat candy, boy, don't suck a free. You a little nigga, ain't nothing to me. Face up, boy, I fit a beat. Yo, AR to the B. Draco with a magazine. Yeah, they
my people. So that you said that they put millions of my accidents. Should a murderer go to jail for murdering? Absolutely. Should a thief go to jail when he steals? Absolutely. Should a robber pay back the money he robbed? Absolutely. So why shouldn't the white man pay for what he did? That's right. One day you'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. Payback is a dog.
I'm in a hell of a hole, was never expected to grow. Just hustle cool set in the road, that a result of me telling my soul. The story I'm telling is cold, but yet it's what everyone knows. The white man's the devil is known. America was never a home, only a place of captivity, safe facility, hating disfigure me. The claim that I'm lazy be killing me, maybe this slavery draining my energy. 400 years and counting, the trail of my tears is countless. The fact that I'm here is astounding, but I can't wait till this shit is surrounded. Ready to tangle my king and the angel, be ready to rap. Crack in the sky, nuclear missiles are making it official. I'm capturing every cracker surviving. Put them all in chains where they need to be, slavery for me. And let the whole world see that with them in the cages, they go in the streets. Put the dog on a leash, get resolved for the beast. 144, get the ruler show, we could all be at peace. As soon as the trumpets are sound, your kingdom be busting it down. The only way justice is found, the time for your judgment is now. You'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. Payback is a dog. Look, ain't no remorse in my blood slim. It won't be no compromise. Now it's time to feed the worms. Watch his body turn to flies. I clutch iron while you trust the lies. The next Glock I buy gon' be Gen 5. I get it customized. Sending shots off like farewell. Praying payback come back around like a carousel. Still remember your Honda's words ringing in my head like bells. Said you in his body, you fit the Lord, fuck the cartel. Triangle choke, apply pressure to the game like I did Vondale. Payback's a bitch in a dress, she a bombshell. This dish served cold, I just hope they making oxtail. Glock fresh out the box, I swear got that new car smell. Made myself a target in a world of mad shooters. There was designed fast for our babies to pass through. In the day of our king's reign, I'll be overzealous. They bought my jealous, I bought brand new parabellums. You'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. Payback is a dog.
I got you.
Shalom Israel. We are the ISUPK out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under command in General Hannah. We've been teaching the truth about the Bible since 1969, that the Black people, Hispanic people, and the Native Indian people are the lost 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. Right? This is the ISUPK Trinidad. Right? Slovakia. Just let me change this banner here. Right? So the address is passed to the bottom of the screen, right? Which is light pole number 1, Murray Street, Point Fortin. The number is 479-8286, right? And you could call the school at any time, right? The camp leader is Preaching Officer Swapiala, right? If you want to come to the school, right, or you want to find out more information of the school hours or when we have classes, right, feel free to call Preaching Officer Swapiala, and he will give you all the necessary details, right, and have you up and running to attend the classes at the school, right? Also, right, we have our food drives, right, that the school also do to our brothers and sisters in the general public who need help, right? You can donate to the school, as I seen on the screen, right? You can donate new or gently used clothing to the school, right? Right? Yeah, you can donate kids' clothing, shoes, men, women, canned food items, right? Whatever you feel that you could afford and you could donate to the school, you could donate it, and you could watch your donations go directly to the man and woman on the street, right? Unlike many other donation agencies where many times people donate, right? And it is used up in the cost, right, of running the entire administration, right? I remember reading an article, and it's about a prominent food distributor or charity, as they would say, right? And almost 85% of all the monies donated was actually just going to the staff, right, to run the charity. So which means only 15% of the funding actually reached the people on the street, right? And that is sad, right? Here in the ISUPK under command in General Hannah, and what you give, right, goes directly to help someone, to help a family, to help somebody in need, right? To help somebody get themselves together and get a chance to build themselves and get themselves off the street, right? Or even for that day, at least they could have a proper meal, right? Or clothes to cover their back, right? In these cold nights we have in Trinidad here, right? So even donations of water or canned food, whatever it may be, you can contact the school, right? 479-8286, and you can get the ball rolling, right? And remember, the camp leader is Preaching Officer Sawak, and he will take it from there, right? So with that, we're going to head straight into the class, and we're going to understand that the Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian man today, right, we struggling in society today because we have lost our way, we have lost our identity in society, right? Because we are caught up in these religions, right? Right? The media constantly blasting us day and night, all through social media, all through the television, right? Of telling us who we are, understand? But we are not the people who they say we are, understand? We are not supposed to be filled with the philosophies of these Western societies celebrating things like Easter, Christmas, birthday. This was never our tradition. All these traditions are Western traditions that we, over time, have adopted, understand? Thinking it is our own, right? But this is not our identity, understand? So for far too long, they have been telling us who we are according to their lens or Western society lens of history, all right? And every time you hear about the so-called black man story, it always starting in slavery or some type of oppressive state, right? And nobody going back to show us who we were as a people, what type of culture we had, what type of identity we had, understand, right? What type of structure, understand, or style of government, how we governed ourselves, right? And because of religion, right, it failed to teach the Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian man that our true identity is written right in the Bible. Understand? It failed to show us that our history, understand, is why the duo want the Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian man to really take up the scriptures and have a look at it. It is why the Christian churches tell you, well, only about the New Testament and tell you that the Old Testament is of the old dispensation, because a lot of our history, right? The Bible tells you the things are 4 times written for your learning in Romans 15:4. Understand? And because of that, the Jew were to go back to see the things of old, the things where the prophets established. Understand? And the things that Christ reminded us of in the New Testament, that we should go back and look at in the Old Testament to learn and understand how and why he walked his walk on the earth that particular way. Understand? Right? He came to show us, to fulfill the law and to show us how to live our life, right? And navigate our way through this society. Right? So we're gonna get back tonight. We're gonna get back the black man's identity and who he is. Understand? And who is his God and who is his people, understand? And what is his culture and his role and identity in society today, right? So if you could give me Deuteronomy chapter 14 and verse 2, Baba Kusha, and we'll start from there. Yeah? Yeah, go.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 14.
14 and verse 2, Baba.
Book of Deuteronomy, chapter 14 and verse 2.
Mm-hmm.
For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God.
Right, so it's saying that for thou art, for you black man, you Hispanic man, you Native Indian man, woman, and child. Right, they say thou art a holy people, meaning you are a separate people unto the Lord thy God. So the Lord separated us from every other nation on the face of the earth, right? He made a separation for the Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian man on the earth today. Understand? And when you look at the struggles of the Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian man, all our struggles are similar. And the reason why our struggles are similar, the reason why we face constant oppression, right? The reason why the oppressor, right, of whichever government or society it may be, always push us to the side or push us to the bottom of society. It is because the Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian man all belong to one nation of people. You understand? And the Lord established that from the beginning. You understand? After he established and promised our forefathers in the beginning that we would be a nation, you understand? The nation of Israel, right? Not the Israel we know today as the who we see in Birmingham, Gaza, and all of that. Not that Israel, right? Those are Ashkenazi Jews. They are imposters, right? The Israel we're talking about is the Israel in the Bible. Those are the true Jews, right? Which is the Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian man. They are the true Israelites of the Bible. You understand? And the Most High, in his wisdom, separated us, made us a separate people from the beginning. Go ahead, Baba Kusha.
God, for thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. And the Lord had chosen thee to be a peculiar people unto himself.
Right? And the Lord chose us to be a peculiar people. When I say a peculiar people is like the Lord had have a big treasure box. Understand? And in that entire treasure box, right, it have a special diamond or a special ruby or some special jewel. Understand that he adores, understand, and that he chose. And it's the same thing with the Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian man today, right? And the nations, understand, right? The Lord made and chose Israel to be a peculiar people, a special type of people. And he made that separation from the beginning of the nations, right? Go ahead, Baba Kusha.
Above all the nations that are upon you.
Right? And then say what? Above all nations that are on the face of the earth, right? And the nation of Israel was supposed to be above all nations. Understand? So all nations will be looking up to the nation of Israel, right? Whether it be military might, economic might, understand? Social structure, right? We would be superior, we would be above all the nations of the earth, right? And this is the beginning and forming of the Black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man identity, right? And this is what we have lost through history, right? And through the so-called oppressor, and that's stifling our history, right? and trying his best to make sure that we remain suppressed in society, right? By giving us things like religion, right? All different types of governmental systems, right? Like democracy and all these different holidays that he set up, Christmas, Easter, right? Valentine's and all these different kind of type of things to help to make the Black man lose his identity, right, within this world, right? That was the end of 14 and 2. Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse 7.
The book of Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse 7. The Lord did not set his love upon you, nor choose you, because you were more in number than any people.
Right? So this is the Lord. And the Lord did not set his love upon us because we were more in number than any nation on the face of the earth. Right? So this was we can boast in ourselves to say, we chose this path. The Lord is who chose us. The Lord is who showed his love for the Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian man. It could have been anyone, but he chose the nation of Israel, right? Continue, Baba Kusha.
For ye were the fewest of all people.
Right? And he said, at that time, for what? We were the fewest of all people, right? So it wasn't because we were this large nation on the face of the earth dominating everybody. Understand? We were the fewest at that time. Go ahead.
Verse 8. But because the Lord loved you.
Because the Lord did what?
Loved you.
Right? And it's because of the love of the Lord. When you look at the nation of Israel, his love. And understand? Through his love, he chose Israel. Go ahead.
And because he kept the oath which he had sworn unto your fathers.
That's right. Kept the oath, right? When the Lord swore an oath, right? He never forsook the oath. Unlike the so-called oppressor today, always breaking some type of treaty. Understand? Right? I'm looking at the social media, they looking at some news. Understand? And it's showing you where India made some deal with the United States, right? For oil, right? And all of a sudden, Donald Trump put 50% tariff on it, right? And that is how the so-called oppressor is. Understand? He will change his mind in a minute. Understand? But not the Lord. The Lord swore oath to his fathers. Understand? To his forefathers, right? Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And yet still today, understand? He's still keeping that oath. He's still keeping the oath. Understand? That Israel was going to become a great nation on the face of the earth, right? Continue, Baba Kusha.
Had the Lord brought you out with a mighty hand.
And the Lord brought us out with what?
With a mighty hand.
Right? And the Lord brought us out with a mighty hand, right? And that going back all to be records in the nation of Egypt when the Lord brought plagues upon Pharaoh. Understand? right? Because we were bondmen and bondwomen in Egypt. We were in slavery in Egypt. Understand? The black, Hispanic, and Native Indian man were slaves in Egypt, and the Lord had us to deliver us, understand, out of Egypt, right? Continue, Baba Kusha.
And redeemed you out of the house of bondmen from the hand of Pharaoh,
right,
king of Egypt.
That's right, and from the hand of Pharaoh, king of Egypt. And many people just forget at that time, Egypt was like America today. That was one of the biggest countries in the world, you understand? And we were under bondage and no escape. Nobody could come and deliver the nation of Israel out of Egypt except the Lord. Understand? Right? And he had was to make an intervention and kill out all the firstborn in Egypt, kill out all the animals, right? Cause plagues, cause the water to turn blood, send frog, flies, understand? All different type of plague, understand? And even part the Red Sea so that we could cross and drown Pharaoh and his horsemen in the Red Sea, right? So that the nation of Israel could be delivered, understand? Right? And this is that. And back then it was like that was like America today, understand? America have a grip, right? And all the nations on the face of the earth to the point where, understand, they have become extra arrogant. Understand? Come from bombing who the one, understand, destabilizing who the one, understand? Just like the general bring out in lecture, sending the CIA, understand, in covert operations to destabilize you. Understand where I come from? Right? To overthrow governments, right? This is the type of thing when you put it today, back then it was the same because the Egyptians was in power and they felt that nobody could break them. And understand? Even when it became in famine and our forefather, Joseph, rose to second in command. And understand? It's showing you how big Egypt was at that time. When famine took the place, everybody had to come down to Egypt. And understand? And thank God because our forefather had the wisdom. He sent our people to the land of Goshen, to one section of Egypt. And understand? Right? But all nations had to crawl to Egypt because there was a big famine. Understand? And the Lord, and because of this, and Egypt began to get puffed up and put the Israelites in slavery. The Lord had to destroy them. Understand? And take the Israelites out of Egypt. Understand? Right? And that's written in history forever. And up to this day, the Lord said Egypt will never rise again. And up to this day, Egypt can't see the way. Understand? Right. Dust and brimstone for them. Understand? Continue, Power question. That was the end, right? Yeah. Drop down to Deuteronomy 28 and verse 1, Baba. Right? And this is inside the book of Deuteronomy showing you the start of the Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian man's identity, understand, as a nation of people, understand, and who we are, and because of religion and these churches and their Christian philosophy, understand, has caused the Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian man, many of our generations, to miss out, understand, on the true power of the Lord and who He is, understand, and have caused society to, in a sense, to not understand the Lord's true power, and has made the Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian man become rebellious in a sense, understand, to what to bring them to a place where they feel sometimes that their way is the right way. You understand? Not knowing that their way is to put it in simple terms, is the highway to hell. You understand? The highway to a very low and terrible condition. You understand? And it has been hard to see only until you reach. You understand? When you arrive, that is the funny thing with being in a low condition. You just only be able to see it when you arrive. When you're on the highway, you ain't know you're heading there. Understand? Because things will be looking bright and nice and dandy. Understand? And you ain't understand. Understand that you're heading to destruction. Understand? And many times, understand, and all the times I should say, right? This blame is heavily laid upon the so-called oppressor and his Christianity that he has portrayed and brought upon the Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian man. Go ahead, Baba Kusha, go Bible.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
Right, so it says, thou shalt hearken or listen diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, right? If one should to take this serious, understand? Go ahead.
To observe and to do all his commandments.
Mm-hmm. To observe and to do all his commandments, understand? Right? To carefully pay attention, right? To consistently practice, right? What you read. Go ahead.
Which I command thee this day,
Mm-hmm.
that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all the nations of the earth.
Right? And the Lord will set us on high above all the nations on the earth. Understand? And it's not like it's just magic powder. You understand? The way how society is going to be running, the way how the Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian man is going to be governed, right? Is going to automatically make you become above all nations on the earth. Your standard of living going to be different. Your education system going to be different. You understand? Your military structure going to be different. Your government, your rulership, your leaders going to be different. They're going to see things from a different light. So the nation going to automatically rise to a new level. You understand? Right? Just by learning the laws. You understand? You know you're not supposed to eat. The scriptures have a dietary law, right? Very simple, right? Things with fish with fins and scales, you could eat, right? Fish without fin or without scales, you can't eat, right? It's a different type of meat you could eat, like the chicken, you can eat your sheep, you understand? You can eat your beef, your cows, right? And then you can meat you can't eat. Things like your pork, your crab, your lobster. And just by following the dietary law, make you become above the other nations because they ain't eating anything. You understand? Right? And then now you're putting all these laws into practice daily. Now you becoming a better person. You understand? Now you're beginning to bring yourself out of this low estate that you're in. And then when you started to answer that, they start to add governance, social structure, marriage structure, and understand structure to the home, how the home should be, who should be the head of the home, you understand? And all these different things, and they keep adding to it, and we grow and we become an entire nation. Now this nation is the model nation of the Mosai. You understand? Now the Mosai can look at this nation, understand, and extend his love and mercy towards this nation. Right? Right? Now we have become the people that's supposed to be what? Above all other nations. You understand? Now the other nations have to look up to Israel now because this nation, right, has become a superior people by what? By doing what? Taking on, doing and practicing the things, rehearsing the righteous acts, doing the things that the Lord says for us to do. Right? Continue, Baba Kusha.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 2.
Mm-hmm.
And all these blessings shall come on thee and overtake thee.
Right? And they say, all the blessings shall do what? Come upon thee and overtake thee. You understand? Right? And just like with the curses, you understand? Same thing with the curses. When you drop down to Deuteronomy 15, the blessings is the opposite of the punishments. You do what the Lord says for you to do, these blessings will come on you. And if you do what? Overtake you. You understand? You do what the Lord says for you to do, right? The curses will come upon you and do what? Overtake you. You understand? Right? So it no middle, it no two in the line. You understand? It no balancing act. It no, well, I will follow it 3 days and the next 3 days I follow it again. You understand? The Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian man, this is supposed to be a part of the daily life. This is supposed to be a part of the culture. This should be a natural way in how we conduct our lives and how we live as a people. All right? That was the end of verse 2, Baba Kusha. Continue, Baba Kusha.
If thou shalt hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, verse 3, blessed shalt thou be in the city.
Read the last part of verse 2 again, slack here.
If thou shalt hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
Right. If thou should hearken, right? So again, it's saying, if thou should listen, right, to the voice of the Lord thy God, these blessings, right, and I could read down to the blessings through Deuteronomy 28, all the way down to 14, right, and you will see all the blessings that the Lord would bring upon Israel if we continue to obey and to do His commandments, right? From the give me the book of the book of Psalms, chapter 135 and verse 4, Baba Kusha. Right, so you Black man, you Hispanic man, and you Native Indian man, you are a special people, a royal people, right? And just as we read before, a peculiar people, right? On the face of the earth. Yeah, go ahead.
Psalms 135 and verse 4. For the Lord had chosen Jacob unto himself.
Lord chose Jacob unto himself again. Right? Jacob was the forefather of the nation of Israel, right? And the Lord chose Jacob. He chose this bloodline, right? Go ahead.
And Israel for his peculiar treasure.
Right? And he chose Israel for his peculiar treasure, just as he was said before, just as if you have this big box of treasure, right, with all different type of jewels and diamonds and pearls, right, and gold and silver, right? Inside this big treasure box, the Lord have a peculiar treasure, special treasure inside that entire box. So all with the Lord adore and like inside this big box. You understand? It had this peculiar treasure. You understand? And that is Israel. Go ahead, Bausha.
This is why brothers and sisters really become up class. Because as simple as it is, you see Jacob and then you see Israel. Religion, Christianity, and all, they will confuse the school, the school text. And see what Jacob did with Israel. And then when you ask them, what Jacob's name was changed to? But it was Israel.
Yeah.
So now, again, this is why it's so important. Again, how these religions come out of the church. Again, if you don't understand that the church is supposed to be school. School is a place where we and say a lot of them say the school. We just send the school to
Can.
the idea of us coming to these classes, coming to Palisade.
Yeah, can say to what I say. You understand? And we officers who are going out, it's so true. You understand? The Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian man, right? Just as the name of the class, right? Identity reset. You understand? The Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian man need to come back and relearn your identity, relearn your history. You understand? Relearn who you are, who you're supposed to be, right? According to the scriptures. You understand? Right? And this is the thing. You understand? The Lord have Israel as this peculiar people, this special people, this special treasure, right? As the scripture says. You understand? Right? And because our religion, we don't know this. You understand? Right? You don't know. You understand? The Lord loved Israel. He chose Israel. You understand? Above every other nation on the face of the earth. Right? Continue, Baba Kusha.
Verse 5. For I know that the Lord is great, and that our Lord is above all gods.
That's right. And this is the time of David. And back then, because of the things he went through and the things he saw, understand? And when he reigned as king, understand? He say what? For I know that the Lord is great. He not asking. He want nobody telling me he's still here. Understand? He say, I know the Lord is great. Right? Understand? And he is a God above all gods. Because he see everybody bring out all the old gods, serve all kind of things, all type of deity. Understand? They're given milk and corn and all kind of things. But he see the Lord of Israel deliver his people every time. Understand? Every time the Lord was able to deliver Israel out from the calamity that they would find themselves in. Go ahead, Baba Kusha.
Verse 6. Whatsoever the Lord pleaseth, that did he in heaven and in earth, in the seas and all the deep places.
That's right. Understand? Nothing outside the control of the Lord. Understand? Right? Whether it be in the heavens or the earth or in the deep sea. Understand? The Lord is who in control of it, and the Lord is who has the power over it. Understand? Right? Just like I'm looking at it in the news. Understand? I think it was the weekend before this. Understand? 4 people drowned. Understand? Right? Just like that. Understand? Right? And these things happen on the face of the earth is the Lord. Nothing happens on the face of the earth without the Lord. Understand? Come from this weekend is car accident. 5 people. Nothing happened on the earth without the Lord. Understand? The Lord is in charge of what goes on the earth, day and night. Right? Continue, Baba Kusha.
Verse 7. Psalms 137 and verse 7. He causeth the vapors to ascend from the ends of the earth. He maketh lightning for the rain. He bringeth the wind out of his treasuries.
Right? And that's right. Just as we were saying before, the Lord controls all the weather and the rain and the storm, lightning, right? All that the Lord controls. Continue, Baba Kusha.
Verse 8. He smote the firstborn of the Egypt.
Right? And this is the history of Egypt. Understand? The Lord is who destroyed all the firstborn in Egypt. This is written history. Where
Both of men and beasts.
right? Both man and the animals. All the firstborn died. Understand? Right? He devastated these Africans. Understand? They started a ball. Understand? Because they couldn't believe it. All the firstborn in an entire city, like America, dead. Millions of people. Understand? And millions of animals. Go ahead.
Psalms 135 and verse 9. Who sent tokens and wonders into the midst of thee, O Egypt, upon Pharaoh and upon all his servants.
That's right. And bring plagues upon plagues. Understand? The water turned blood, frogs, flies. Understand? All type of terrible plagues take them in Egypt. Go ahead.
Verse 10. Who smote great nations and slayed mighty kings.
Go ahead.
Verse 11. Sihon, king of the Amorites, and Og, king of Bashan.
Right? Where the king of Bashan and the king of the Amorites now, born to the dust. Understand? And this is the thing the churches will teach. Understand? Great kings from the past died. understand? The Most High totally destroyed them on the face of the earth. They once thought they were like America today, untouchable. Understand? And the Lord did one, totally wipe them off the face of the earth, just as he did with Pharaoh. Go ahead.
And all the kingdoms of Canaan,
And all the kingdom of the Africans, all of them went down to the Lord. Continue.
verse 12, and gave their land for an heritage,
And give what?
and gave their land for an heritage,
Mm-hmm.
an heritage unto Israel, his people.
That's right. Understand? And he gave we their land. Understand? That is how we know the Israel today. Understand? It's not the Israel of the past. Understand? It was a way bigger land mass. You understand? You understand? He gave we their land for an inheritance. The black, Hispanic, and Native Indian man. Continue, Baba Kusha.
Psalms 135 and verse 13.
Mm-hmm.
Thy name, O Lord, endureth forever.
And the name of the Lord will endure on this earth forever. The Lord will outlive all false god, and I found all stone god, all Kaba stone, all Buddhist monk statue. You understand? Right? All them Hindu god, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob will endure forever. Go ahead.
And thy memorial, O Lord, throughout all generations.
Right? And a memorial throughout all generations. Or everybody will hear about the Most High power. Continue.
Verse 14. For the Lord will judge his people,
Mm-hmm.
and he will repent himself concerning his servants.
That's right. And the Lord has the ability to show mercy upon his people. And understand that is the Lord's choice. Continue.
Psalms 135 and verse 15. The idols of the heathens are silver and gold.
This is it. When you look at the same thing that's going today, the idols of the heathen. See silver and gold, they love it. You understand? They love it. You understand? The idols of the heathen is silver and gold. Anything to do with money or all the stone gold, they're trying to wrap them up in silver and gold and whatever, try to feed them and set up money and all kind of thing. Right? They're the idols of the heathen. Go ahead.
The work of men's hands.
Right? The work of men's hands. Understand? And just like we'll be reading with in Jeremiah. Same thing with the Christmas tree, silver and gold, they kept it silver and gold. Understand? Right? They love to make all the idols out of this silver and gold, whether it be real silver or the color silver or gold. Understand? That is all the gods. Understand? Deck out with silver and gold. Continue, Baba Kusha.
Verse 17. They have ears, but they hear not.
But these idols have ears. Understand? And don't matter how much these heathen kneel down and pray to these things, that they have ears, but they can't hear nothing. Go ahead.
Neither is there any breath in their mouth.
Neither is there any breath in their mouth. Meaning, all the idols of the heathen, all those false gods are dead. That is how we tell the black, Hispanic, and Native Indian man come out of this religion. Understand? Walking around a Kaaba stone, right? Till your calves get big and making no sense. You waste your money to go Hajj. Understand? Right? Because you're walking around a dead rock. That is what they don't understand. Waste. Understand? And if you're the only come in the ISPPK and not come and enjoy your hand, you don't know that the Kaaba stone is a dead rock. Understand? Continue, Baba Kusha.
Psalms 135 and verse 18. They that make them are like unto them. So is everyone that trusteth in them.
Right? And that is they that make them. So the people who construct them, just like them, dead. You understand? Right? The Bible calls them the congregation of the dead. You understand? They are dead. Right? And I read back the last part, Baba Kusha.
Psalms 135 and verse
18.
They that make them are like unto them. So is everyone that trusteth in them.
Right? And them who trust in them, just like them, they're fools because they're trusting in something that's dead. You understand? It's not alive. The Most High, the Lord say He's the Lord of the living. You understand? All these false gods is dead. So all them statues you see that hang up all down by the river, the sea, or by the temple or the sea, whatever down there, all on the side of the highway, all them things dead. Right. And they're going every morning and giving it milk and sugar and coffee and all kind of thing. Right? Better than they eat it. You understand? Better than they give it children. Let them drink it and eat the milk or whatever. Because all that they're giving the statue there, that's dead. You understand? That waste. Ants coming in the night to eat it and go and took it away. You understand? You want to say something?
Okay. Now, now we're going to talk about where you bring it out. Because I was saying, but if this is the God should be doing something for them. Why is it taking a bowl with milk and whatever and getting food and when I leave it there, when daily things should be given or something, not to you given something like and they say, what really, what foolishness is this for real?
I foolish. And the Bible tells us, the Bible says they become just like it, they become fools. Right?
Salakia. And also to remember when the pandemic hit, Trinidad started showing all the gods because they realized it didn't make no sense.
Yeah.
So it goes to show that all the gods dead, but due to culture and upbringing and their religion, all of the church or the pandemic over, they turn right back to it again. But that goes to show that we, as it's rightfully saying, we have to hold on to the Most High. You understand? We have to hold on to what our forefathers left us, which is in our culture and in our history.
From cancer, right? And that's so true, you understand? And for the Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian man, we have to come out of these things, you understand? We try everything. We try all religion, we try the Muslim mosque, some of we try Hinduism, some try Buddhism, and it's not working for. You understand? And the things that in the scriptures, we never try. We never try it. You understand? Yeah, you hold the Bible in your hand, but did you actually go and sit down and try to actually do any Bible? No, none of you go. If you ask any post, if you go around doing an interview in Trinidad and Tobago, did you actually try to do exactly what is written in the Bible? Never. You understand? Everybody going to say no. You understand? Right? And this is where the ISCPK under commanding journey and coming. You understand? For you Black man, you Hispanic man, and you Native Indian man. You understand? Here you can come and learn and understand how to actually do and apply the things in the scriptures for your life, for your family. You understand? And days where you're going to grow and you're going to do what? You're going to reset the identity. You understand? Now you're going to become who you're supposed to be. Now you're going to be an Israelite. Now you're going to be a Jew. You understand? Now your family is going to be structured the right way. You understand? Now the household is actually going to have a head. You understand? And the family is going to be directed in the right way and they have the right structure. You understand? And then from the family home, now it's at a spread toward your neighborhood. Then from the neighborhood to the city. And then we start to grow as a family. You understand? But the Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian man, your first job is to do what? Leave this Western society behind. Leave this Christianity behind. Leave this Eastern Christmas and birthdays. You understand? And the Valentine's Day and New Year's Day. You gotta leave them things behind. You understand? And that is your first step. And second step is to call the number passed on the screen, 497-8286. If you're in the point 14 area in Trinidad, that is the number you're calling. You understand? 479-8286. You understand? I want to come and be a part of the school. I want to learn my history. I want to learn my identity. I want to know who I am according to this Bible. You understand? And then from there, the Lord will take you places that He never thought it would. He never thought He would, right? That was the end of verse 18, Sha. Give me Psalms chapter 147 and verse 19. Baba Kusha. You understand? And the nation of Israel is a special people, right? And the Lord is who made it so, right? And the Lord in His wisdom shared the things He shared with us. You understand? The Lord made it that way, right? we couldn't see this. You understand? We couldn't do this on our own. The Lord is who chose it and set it up this way. Right? Psalm chapter 147 verse 19.
Psalms 147 and verse 19.
Mhm.
He showeth his word unto Jacob.
See what he showed his word. He revealed his laws, his statutes and commandments unto Jacob. You understand? Right? He made us understand his ways and his culture. Right? Continue, Baba Kusha.
His statutes and his judgments unto Israel.
Mhm.
Verse 20. He had not dealt so with any nation, and as fought his judgments, they have not known them.
That's right. You understand? Right? And he never dealt so with any other nation. And for his judgments, they have not known them. You understand? These nations, right? Telling you to know the Lord, never. You understand? The scriptures telling you they never knew the Lord. You understand? You black man, you Hispanic man, and you Native Indian man, we are a truly special people. You understand? And just like read the last part of the verse, Baba Kusha. The last part of the verse.
Praise you, the Lord.
That is what we're supposed to doing the Lord every day. Praising and thanking the Lord that He share His judgment with us. You understand? Because for others, they don't know it. You understand? They don't know it. They think the world is a one-off. You come into the world, you live, you use a way you could use, drive where you could drive. You understand? Right? And when your life ends, that is it. You understand? But thanks to the Lord, we understand that Israel have a better purpose than that. You understand? Right? Israel have a righteous king. You understand? Right? And a nation promised us in the not only in the future, but from now, it's building, but many can't see it. Many blind. You understand? The nation, I don't talk about the nations, they don't know what the hell going on. You understand? All them studying is the wars and rumors of wars and who is the next celebrity on the scene. You understand? They fully involved in the world. You understand? While the world actually falling apart. Right? And the black, Hispanic, and Native Indian man, you have a golden opportunity to understand who you are, right? And who your nation is, what your identity is, who is your king, understand? And what type of power, understand, that is operating over you. Go ahead, Babu Shada, was the end of it?
Done.
We'll give me 1 Peter chapter 2 and verse 9. Understand? Right? The Lord is truly a gracious and merciful God. You understand? Just look on a daily basis. Understand? Look what happening to people every day. Right? Ending up in mangle wreck. You understand? With people getting murdered on the roadside. Just the other day I watched an article on social media, a man dead. He gets shot, falling and drain and dead upside down with his foot in the air. You understand? Right? Terrible. You understand? Lost your life. Young, he even crossed 20. You understand? Sad. Right? And many fallen victim to these different type of judgment and punishment because why? Christianity. You understand? Right? Following the ways of the oppressor. You understand? Thinking we is them and we is not them. Understand? Right? We are totally different people on the face of the earth. Understand? Right? And the ways of the oppressor, the ways of our colonization, we're not supposed to be following that. Right? After the oppressors for hundreds of years, right? Doing all the type of vile things to our forefathers, right? All through slavery. And then when you look even till this day, understand? Still bringing oppression upon people every day. Understand? Right? But people fall victim to the different distractions, right? That take place in society. You want to be a part of it. You want to be the next big thing. And for that, we fall victim to many different type of crimes and illnesses in society. Right? Continue with 1 Peter chapter 2 and verse 9. Back.
1 Peter chapter 2 and verse 9.
Mm-hmm.
But you are a chosen generation,
Right? The Lord say what? We are a chosen generation. Go ahead.
a royal priesthood,
Right? And a royal priesthood. Right? We're supposed to be the priest of the earth. You understand? Right? All the Israelite men supposed to be priests in the households. Picture how the household will be, how the household will run. You understand? What type of fathers will be on the face of the earth. You understand? Right? Imagine an entire nation of men guided by the Lord. That's a different type of people. You understand? That's a different family structure. You understand? The amount of peace and kindness and mercy our future will be amazing. You understand? Children will be growing up. How they're growing up. You understand? Right? Our sisters, though, when we walk around the place half naked. You understand? Because in the scriptures, they say what the father is supposed to look after the daughters. You understand? That is one of the appointed rules of the fathers. You understand? Yes, they're looking after the boy children too, you know, but the special rule is to look after the daughters. You understand? To ensure that they grow up righteous and they grow the right way. Right? Understand? Right? And all these things would be corrected if the Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian man could learn his identity and learn his history. Right? Take a more, Baba Kusha, and that books. Go ahead.
But you are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, and holy nation, a peculiar people.
And I see it come back again. We are peculiar people. And many times we miss that. You understand? We miss that. It keeps reoccurring in the Old Testament and even in the New Testament, showing you that this entire Bible is one book. You understand? We are that special people. You understand? Right? And it's time we take up and really try to do and execute the things the Lord tells us to do. Continue, Baba Kusha.
that you should show forth the praises of him who had called you out of darkness.
That's right. And the Mosai do what? The Mosai call you black man, call you Hispanic man, and call you Native Indian man. He's calling you what? Out of darkness. Understand? Out of the low, filthy estate of this world. Understand? Right? To come unto righteousness, to come unto holiness, to come back to your true identity. Understand? To come back to your true nature, to your original design, the way he designed you to be, black man. Right? The Lord wants you to be what? To be what? A priest and a king on the face of the earth. That's your role. Right? Give me Revelation chapter 5 and I'll go to it. Revelation 5. And verse 10. Revelation 5 and 10. Understand? The Lord didn't just make you by accident black man, Hispanic man, or Native Indian man. The Lord made us for a specific reason on the face of the earth. Right?
Revelation chapter 5 and verse 10. And has made us unto our God kings and priests, and we shall reign on the earth.
That's right. Understand? The Lord made us to be priests and kings. Understand? And the same, we shall reign on the earth. Right? And all this is with Christianity that mess you up. Understand? We're only talking about heaven. Understand? Everybody feels like we're going up in the cloud somewhere. No. Understand? He made the black, Hispanic, and Native Indian man to be what? Priests and kings, and we shall reign on the earth. Understand? This is our place. Understand? Right? The Lord made the earth for what? Our sakes. Understand? You black man, you Hispanic man, and you Native Indian man. Understand? This book, understand? This Bible, these scriptures, this is your history. This is your identity. This is who you are as a people. You understand? This is who you're supposed to be. You understand? But through Western philosophy and Christianity and theology and Islam and all these things, we get distracted. You understand? We lost who we're supposed to be as a people. Right? Give me Hosea chapter 4 and verse 6. We lost who we're supposed to be as a people. And fighting down all different type of vain philosophy. Understand? Right? It didn't have no J and it didn't have no Y and no E. Understand? And who trying to debate all different type of hieroglyphics. You understand? Things that is not part of the culture. You understand? That have nothing to do with us. You understand? Yeah, we leave that for the Africans. Them trying to figure out. Them is African and them trying to figure out the hieroglyphics. And we quite in the Caribbean here and trying to figure out the hieroglyphics. You understand? You're a leader for them. You understand? Let them deal with that. You understand? But we have to deal with what? Our history, our identity inside these scriptures. Give me Hosea chapter 4 and verse 6.
Hosea chapter 4 and verse 6. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge.
That's right. You understand? The black, Hispanic, and Native Indian man, they have to be destroyed for the lack of knowledge. Understand? The things that we're supposed to know, we don't know. Understand? And the things that we're not supposed to know, that we do plenty of. Understand? We mind messed up. Understand? We mind destroyed. Understand? Right? We mind this oppressor, the so-called Caucasian man today, destroy this entire earth. Understand? They use up everything. They're coming in all them different countries, drill out all the oil, drill out all the gas, and all who are oil and gas, they're coming for it. Understand? Right? Because of our nature, they have our oppressive nature. Always want to rule and control, always not even theirs. Understand? Right? That is the nature of the oppressor. Understand? And that is why he will constantly be what? So just he could be a vagabond on the piece of the earth, he will continue moving from one place to place until the Mosai finally get rid of it. Understand? And end this age and society. Understand? And let the new world, the world of Jacob, rule the face of the earth. Understand? Continue, Baba Kusha. Now, what's the end? Continue.
Hosea chapter 4 and verse 6. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge, because thou hast rejected knowledge. I will also reject thee.
That's right. And when you reject the knowledge of the Lord will reject you. You understand? The Lord will leave you in the wilderness. And then you will feel how real pain is feel. That then you go and understand and see why all these mothers bawling for the son who get murdered on the street. You understand where I come from? Right? Then chaos and calamity will take you from nowhere. You understand? Sudden destruction from nowhere. Right? The Lord is a Lord of mercy, but the Lord is also he could be a terrible God. You understand? The Lord could bring destruction in a minute. And that is why, especially the Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian man, understand? The Lord say what? The judgment is upon the house of Israel first. We have to take heed. Understand? Forget what the world doing. We have to take heed for our life. Understand? For our well-being. Understand? Look out for our neighbor. And how you looking out for your neighbor? Telling them, hey, come to the ISUPG. You understand? Them brothers here teaching that Black people should come together under these laws. Under these scriptures. Let me learn the heritage, let me learn the identity. You understand? Right? And now inside here you could build a future. Why? Because you're building a future in the things that the Lord say for you, for us, Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian people to do. You understand? Now we're in the refuge of safety. You understand? When you're out there, anything could take you. Any calamity could take you. Any destruction could take you. You understand? Right? Give Isaiah 30 and verse 8, Baba.
Isaiah 30 and verse 8.
Mm-hmm.
Now go, write it before them in a table and note it in a book, that it may be for thy time to come forever and ever.
Go ahead. So the Lord tell them go and write it in a table and in a book. Right? That it may be for a time to come. So in time to come, go ahead.
Verse 9. That this is a rebellious people.
Right? And that is what has happened to this is what has happened to we when we follow the oppressor. Understand? When you pick up the so-called Caucasian man or the oppressor, ways it start to become rebellious. It become a rebellious people. Go ahead.
Lying children.
Mm-hmm.
Children that will not hear the law of the Most High.
That's right, because that is the ways of the oppressor. The ways of the oppressor is to do what? Not hear anything the Lord say to do. Anything the Lord say go right, they're going left. Understand? He say a man should marry a woman, them saying a man should marry a man. Understand? Or a man should marry a dog or a horse. They're always going left. Understand? Right? And that is why there's no somebody pick up the ways of the oppressor. They start to become what? Rebellious. Go ahead.
Isaiah 30 and verse 10. We say to the seers, see not, and to the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things.
Right? And that would tell their religious leaders that they don't want to hear the truth. Understand? They never want to hear the truth. They never want to hear the right things. Go ahead.
Speak unto us smooth things.
Speak unto us what?
Smooth things.
Go ahead.
Prophesy deceit.
That's right. And that's why many run into the Christian church. You understand? Because he's telling you what? The smooth things. He's not telling you the truth. He's not telling you the calamity that's going to befall you. You understand? He's not telling you your life in danger by not following the laws. Right? Right? He's not telling you life in danger. All right? He's not telling you by not following the laws, you're heading to destruction, to a lower state. You understand? He ain't telling you that. Right? He's telling you smooth things. He's telling you sow a seed. You understand? And sow $1 million seed. And that is the day. Put your hand on the street. So that you understand? Buy a prayer cloth. Understand? Come and buy this holy water. Come up on the mount. You understand? Prophesy smooth things because that is what you wanted to hear. Understand? He wouldn't tell you do eat pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster. Understand? He wouldn't tell you you had to stop being homosexual or lesbian. Right? He wouldn't tell you anything. You understand? He wouldn't tell you you can't shape up your head. Right? Or mark up or shave up your beard. He wouldn't tell you that. You understand? Because then there were less people in the church. You understand? Right? So they're telling you all these smooth things and they're prophesying deceit. And when it's war, they're telling you it's peace. You understand? They're telling you what? Israel. You understand? They're doing a good job. You understand? And that they are the fake Jews. You understand? That they are the people of God. That's not true. Understand? The true Jews are the black, Hispanic, and Native Indian man. Right? So they prophesy smooth things and they prophesy deceits. Go ahead.
Verse 11. Get out of the way. Turn aside out of the path. Cause the holy ones of Israel to cease from before us.
That's right. Understand? And they always want to throw you off course. Understand? So they get out of the way, turn aside. And cause the Holy One of Israel to cease from before us. Understand? Because them don't want Christ to return. Understand? They don't want Yahweh to return. Understand? Right? They want to continue in their filthiness, in their evilness. Understand? Right? They want to continue to oppress you, black, Hispanic, and Native Indian man. So the more you continue to go to church, the more you're going to continue to be what? Oppressed. Right? Continue, Baba Kasha.
Isaiah chapter 30 and verse 12. Wherefore thus saith the Holy One of Israel.
The Holy One of Israel, right? Thus say the Holy One of Israel. Go ahead.
Because you despise this word.
Right? Because they despise the word of the Lord. Right? Continue.
And trust in oppression.
And trust in what?
And trust in oppression.
And trust in Christianity. You want to be oppressed. Understand? Many believe and trust in Christianity, then you trust in oppression. When you trust in the so-called Caucasian man system today, the westernized system, when you trust in the system and you love it, understand? You see what? You trust in oppression. You want to be oppressed. Continue.
And perverseness.
And perverseness. Understand? Right? You like his philosophy and his doctrine and his way of life. How he conduct business. Right? Continue.
And stay thereon.
Right? And you see what? Stay thereon. Right? So you see, because he despised this word and trust in oppression and perverseness and stay thereon, meaning you stay in that part, you're not changing. You understand? You're going down generation after generation. You, your children, everybody going down the same path because all they trust in this system. Where?
Verse 13. Therefore, this iniquity shall be to you as a breach ready to fall.
Right? And he said, this iniquity, understand, that they commit, this sin that they commit, shall be as a breach to you, ready to fall, right? And a breach, right? It's like a break or a weakness, right? Go ahead.
Swelling out in high walls.
Right? Swelling out in a high wall. So this is a weakness inside a wall, right? Swelling in a high wall. This wall and low, this is a high wall. Go ahead.
Whose breakings cometh suddenly at his instant.
That's right. Whose breaking cometh suddenly at an instant. So when this wall gets breached, because the wall is so high, right? When it break, the break does be sudden. It doesn't break in slow motion or crack or give you a warning that it's going to break. This breach just going to collapse. Understand? And that is how your calamity will come. Sudden destruction. Go ahead.
Verse 14. And you shall break it as the breaking of the potter's vessel that is broken in pieces.
And just like a potter's vessel, when it falls, it's broken in pieces. You know which piece to stick back with. You understand? Right? It totally mash up, it fall apart. Go ahead.
He shall not pay, so that there shall not be found in the bursting of it.
Go ahead.
Is shed to take fire from the hearth, or to take water with all out of the pit.
Right, so you can't use with this fall, you ain't good for nothing again. You understand? You can't use this vessel to do nothing. You understand? You're totally destroyed. Go ahead.
Verse 15. For thus saith the Lord God, the Holy One of Israel, in returning and rest shall you be saved. In quietness and in confidence shall be your strength, and you would not.
Right? And this is the Black Hispanic and Native man. This is a warning for us. Every time, you understand, you align yourself with the oppressor. Every time you take up any agreement with the oppressor, you trust in that, and you hold on to that, and you feel that is your rock and that is your confidence. Just like a breach in a wall, so it does fall apart quickly. You understand? Right? Because it built on the system and this world, and everything in this world eventually is going to fall apart. It's going to look good. You understand? You see what happened recently with the people in trillions. Everybody run to put the money, right? Because the trillions say you will get back 10 times your money. You understand? A man say invest 500,000. You understand? $300. Right? And next thing you know, trillions can't pay. Because why? He's trusting the system of the oppressor. You understand? No, they're gonna beg it was a commission over these type of like how them money lending system is. Now the petitioning them to try to come and help them to try to get back the money. Understand? But it done lost. Understand? Because that's how the system is. This system will rip you off. That's the white man system. Understand? That is how the oppressor is operating. Right? And a lot of people in Trinidad here lost their money. And how much time that happened? You know, all different type of program coming and promising you, hey, by next year you'll be a millionaire. By this time you'll be this, sell this, bring in 2 people, add 2 people here, and so it going, and people keep falling for the same thing over and over. Understand? I this so-called oppressor. Understand? Right? And just like that, it does fall apart in an instant. Because everybody thought it was going good. It went good for a year. Everybody said yes, boy, and they're watching the dashboard and they're seeing the numbers going up. Yes, man, making X money. And when it's time to pay, just like that, it fall apart in an instant. And when you look, you can't find the leader, you can't find the leader, he gone. Understand? That would have happened to people. Right? From the Deuteronomy chapter 4 and verse 5.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 4 and verse 5. Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments.
Right? The Lord did what?
Taught you statutes and judgments.
The Lord taught us statutes and judgments. Right? The way we should be and run and govern ourselves as a nation. Go ahead.
Even as the Lord my God commanded me.
Even as what?
Even as the Lord my God commanded me.
So just the way the Lord commanded Moses, he passed it down to what? To the people. Just as the Lord commanded, the same way he commanded people. Go ahead.
He should do so in the land, whether you go to possess it.
And we should do so in the land wherever we go to possess it. So wherever the land the Lord gave us, that we should practice it. Go ahead.
Keep, therefore, and do them. For this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nation.
Right? So what else? Right? Because that is the wisdom. Yeah, so what? Right? Because that is the wisdom in the sight of the nation. Understand? That is what we're going to show. That's what we're going to show, that we are wise people. Understand? Because why? Our obedience to the things that the Lord gave us, right? To the things that the Lord show us, to the things that the Lord command us to do, is what is going to show that we are wise people in the case of the word.
And shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people.
That's right. You understand? We're going to see that. Understand? Because we're going to realize if we did actually follow these dietary laws and these things, many of the things we face now, we wouldn't have it. Many of the diseases that's breaking out now, we wouldn't have it. Understand? Right? Many of the plagues that take on society now, it wouldn't happen. Understand? But because of the system of the oppressor, many things happening in society today. That's a good thing, right? They show you a drone footage of Beaton Gardens, right? When they show you the drone footage, the people in the Beaton probably living in a place, let me see, like from, right? If somebody familiar with Point Fortin, from Egypt Village to Newlands, right? Within a strip, so within a couple 100 meters in distance, right? Or 1,000 meters in distance, I should say, right? But all the houses compacted within this one area, and it have highway on one side, highway on the other side, right? And Trinidad economy, right, does have like not 1 point. We run a budget of like 59 billion a year, right, to run Trinidad and Tobago. And if 1 billion out of the 59, spending the beat on it fixed. Right?
Right.
So then the country go on 58 billion to still function. You understand? And have all these people clustered up in this no road, who barely have electricity, who barely have water, everything clustered up in this one little area. Right? And that's to show you that it's designed by oppression. You understand? It's sad. You understand? You go up in Laventille, it's the same thing. The design is for oppression. Right? For infrastructure. And that is one of the key tools that's used in a thing called gentrification, right? When they want the people from an area to be removed, that is remove all the valuable infrastructure within the area. So the place begin to become hard to live. You understand? So, for example, they will make the fire station become really dilapidated. The police station will become really dilapidated. Or if the police had a complaint, they will make the police station become dilapidated and say, well, we're renovating the building, so we send it all here in our next place. Right? And when they send all the police in the next place, the area that they're supposed to patrol, remember they're coming from further to patrol this area. So now this area have no type of security. So it has no police, the fire station become dilapidated. Then the water service become very low, understand, or non-existent. Understand? So you might get water, let me say, once a week. So then your daily life, every day, they're trying to make it harder and harder to live until you know, so that they're forcing you to change your mind. So you will be moving on and say, but now, okay, real hard to live in a way. I can't make it here again, understand? And then you move out. Understand? And then that's some people now go bear it. They will fight you all the low bad road, all the low infrastructure, and they will say, boy, me moving out now, staying. So then what will happen? They started to introduce drugs in the community. Understand? That is why all I for the lecture in general talk about CIA intervention and with freeway recross. Right? That is what they do. They bring drugs in the community. He traffic drugs from Nicaragua to the United States. You understand? And the same thing in Trinidad. Traffic drugs into these communities. And when they traffic it into the communities now crime starts because people selling drugs, people becoming addicts, right? And the addicts, when they can't afford to buy drugs, go and thief. It's a criminal. You understand? So then now, you didn't choose to be a criminal, but because the community becomes so dilapidated, crime become a lifestyle. Understand? And that is how an entire community fall apart. And it fall apart so bad now, to the point where people start to kill one another because drug man fighting for drug too, right? People who can't get what they want, killing out one another to get where neighbor have. You gold chain, or you know he might be doing some type of sales on the street, so you know he coming up with money, you try to rob it. Then when the community reach that stage now, it get bad. Right? So the few people that who was trying to hold on decide, nah boy, after come out of here, the crime too bad, they move out. Until it gets so low and so dilapidated, then government contractors will come in and say, you understand? We're moving out everybody, and we're going to rebuild. But by the time when they rebuild and restructure the whole entire place, everybody was living there before, can't afford to buy housing. Because the houses are there now too expensive. You understand? And picture, if Laventille reached to the stage where everybody move out and they build housing in Laventille, nobody will be able to buy a house. Just the view alone. You understand? I don't know. I don't know if who else was privileged to go up there, but I know myself and Officer McBear went up there. The view there, that's amazing. You understand? Right?
So I can remember I was done trying to fight the residents up there for them to move out.
That's right.
You understand?
That's
so
right.
Most times when you see which I know you know already too, but most times when you see where guns and drugs push in Laventille and different things happening, brothers killing sisters, young, old, whatever the case might be, is because they didn't understand these other nations, they don't infiltrate there already. You understand? And when they infiltrate, it's to make these people fight against one another, and so they go move.
That's right.
Either move out or kill out one another, and then now they go move in. They go come with this solution.
That's right.
And coming with this solution now, they're going to build themselves and establish themselves
That's
on
right.
top of the hills there, you know what I mean? That really belong to the natives of this land, which is the Hispanics also too, and black people coming across on the slave ships.
That's right. Understand? And that is why they let's come and use the fancy word gentrification.
Right.
Because really, moving out poor black, Hispanic, and Indian people for rich white people or Indian people or Syrian people to come and take these spots, because they're going to be the ones who could afford to buy when the entire place remodel or renovate. Understand? And two of the main places up on the hills in Laventille, the view very ridiculously beautiful and amazing, because you see the whole of Port of Spain, the whole waterfront, everything, right? And the reason why sea lots on the waterfront. Understand? So Petia, all the people in sea lots move out, which is predominantly black people, right? If all of them move out from sea lots, Petia, how they going to be? There's no kind of water park, because they're literally on the beachfront.
Right.
Understand? That might be like some of say how Miami beachfront and them kind of places. That is all of these things where they have planned, but they can't do it because the people live in there. Right?
Salakia, and even as I say in there too, and there's the people now who got the money to do that.
That's right.
Right? Now when these people, the Syrians, the 1%, and them, they have the money to do that. Now, when our people move out, they're gone. They come now and start to live and establish themselves there. Then we can't go back there.
No.
You understand? Now Port of Spain will be like, how they see in the youths walking through Port of Spain and, you know, traversing to and fro.
That's right.
No, that won't be no more. And it's like, it could be a quote-unquote gated community. And when I say gated, don't literally have to have a gate like a gated community, but...
And you're right.
It will be, go ahead.
Salakia,
yeah, just say one more thing.
If I could just add an point right? And you're right. Because remember, when Port of Spain was built, right, it has something called City Gate, but people just feel that name. It's an actual gate to the city, right? But it doesn't be used in the way it's supposed to be used, right? That was a gate that when they come into the city, everybody has a pass through that gate to enter the city. So that was like a checkpoint,
right?
Understand? But we how things designed for now, everybody could go in and out through the city, and the gate continued to be open. But that was the actual gate in the city, right?
Yeah, right. So continue a bit again. I want to look at how Chinatown structured. A little again, if black people didn't really stretch their hand and hold on to one another, went on the Chinatown would have been just that street would have been Chinese.
That's
so now for you to be able to traverse to and fro,
that's right.
It would not be like what happened today.
That's right.
Right? Understand? Yeah. Even when you go back now and you look at the waterfront in San Fernando, leading up to the hospital, we're just going and build all the buildings. A little again, you understand what would happen if it's still not going to continue. When you reach the roundabout by the cemetery, you have to take a right. That strip from there straight down to the bus terminus. You can't go through there again.
Yeah, you don't get banned.
Because what I was going to build the whole waterfront might be like a broadwalk. You understand what I'm saying? Where only certain people could go there. But we can't see it. You understand what I'm saying? Because we don't have the understanding of certain things yet. But still I can that.
Right? And that is what you're saying so true. And that is why that is what make the job of the ISUP is so important. You understand? Because many of these things people unable to see.
Right.
And that is because of oppression and Christianity. You understand where I'm from? So they're unable to see these major changes taking place in these places.
Right.
You understand? Right? And even as they bring the borough in San Fernando too, if you go up on the hill, like up on the hill in the hospital, you're going to see over the wharf where they extend all the land on the outside by the wharf. But you just can't see it when you're driving in a car because they're too low. But when you go up on the hill, they're going to see where they expand all the land area outside.
Right.
So all these changes, major changes was taking place to move out everybody from down by the wharf. Remember, black people living down there. And that was making their livelihood from fishing on the sea.
Right.
Understand? But all the people they were able to somehow remove all of them from there, right? And I think they sent them somewhere further inland, right, in San Fernando. And now they're looking to take the entire waterfront. Right? Whereas,
just one more thing. There's one more thing I just saying that, like, right? Even when you look at the team was supposed to come in Labrador. No, not only sports complex, the one that's building on the sea. A whole big part of the scheme was going.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
Whereby they come in and build this, I think it's a docks like we have in Shakarama. So
Yeah, the shipping yard.
But when you look at it, all which part our people is in the spots whereby they have the little entertainment spots where they could make the little livelihood.
Yeah.
Just as they're saying, they're coming and they're taking all that.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So now they're pushing it back.
Inland.
In the city,
That's
but
right.
not I shouldn't say in the city, they're pushing in the bush, as they say.
Yeah.
And you know what to find your way through it.
Yeah, to find a way. And then to access these places now, unless you're doing a slave, understand, you will have no access to these facilities. Understand? And that's how easily the make it sound good and sound grand. And the thing is, we building it, and in understanding what we building, understand, we building, we way into oppression. Right?
That's why the scripture says, just to add a little bit to what you're saying there again. As the scripture says, the curses that before the children of Israel, we build houses and we wouldn't live in it.
We live in it.
You understand? So we were doing a lot of things, we be building a lot of things, but we have no part in that.
That's correct.
You understand? This really goes into the curses of the Most High as well too. And just as that's what I was saying, that is why blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, all people, we had to come to class.
Come on.
You learn, you can get the veil pulled off your eye, you understand, you'll be able to see what really happening in and around you.
Come on. Yeah, come on. Understand? And this is what, and that's why, just as we were reading before in Hosea, the scripture says, my people are destroyed for the lack of knowledge.
Right.
Understand? We do understand that these nations is we enemies. Understand? But they're working it so subtly. Understand? That we don't understand the setting up themselves for future time. And that time will become a time where if Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian people do gather themselves together, understand, we're going to totally be oppressed. Understand? And you're going to be oppressed and depressed at the same time.
Right.
Understand? Right? Because you will be amazed to see where you're living and how it turns. Understand? How society turns. Understand? Right? Because half of these facilities, we wouldn't have access to it unless there is slavery. You understand? You will be when people enjoying themselves, you working.
Right.
You understand? You will be that's why just as we was reading, the Lord say, if you trust in this society, then oppression is your portion. You understand? We're gonna be the ones cooking and washing and cleaning, just like on a cruise ship. Who will be taking cruise? We or the oppressor? The people of the other nation. We just be the one on the cruise ship working and singing and dancing for the entertainment. Understand? Right? And cleaning all the toilets and serving food, and so it keep going. Understand? Right? I rather serve food in the kingdom.
Right.
Understand? Knowing that I'm serving my people.
Right.
Understand? Instead the people of the other nations, right? That's why they will say, after this paraphrasing, but you see, you rather be a doorkeeper in the kingdom. Understand where I'm from? Because that life will be a better life than the oppression you're going to face in this society. Understand? This society is a terrible place, and people don't understand how he is going to turn, even with all them things like AI and things. People loving it now. Understand? Because why? You can make a picture, understand? Or you can type out a letter for you, and they're loving it now. But when AI, understand, start to rule the bank system, understand, and start to rule when you go into work, AI clocking your time. AI making no joke. AI have no feelings. AI is gonna say you reach 20 minutes late. Understand? Right? And that is $42 from your salary. Go on.
Right.
Understand? When AI turn HR, you understand? That is the worst. You ain't talking to no human, and you're talking to a machine. The boss telling you, well, please hold on and answer this machine. Understand? The machine breaking down. Understand? All the hours and miss the time you ain't come to work. Understand? The time you drive in the parking lot. Understand? Why I didn't complete this task, and so it's going. Understand? That is a machine you're talking, no feeling. Understand? That kind of compassion, that kind of human empathy. Understand? This is going to be a very different society. Understand? When I read into the scriptures, it says the Syrophoenician woman, that's a woman of another nation. hold on the edge of Christ's garment. Understand? And you see what he had was compassion.
Right.
Understand? We go in a world where we wouldn't have no compassion, no human kindness. Understand? That is a terrible place, and everybody loving it. Understand? Not knowing that that is a terrible place to be in. Understand? And if I could just draw one more analogy before we read the scripture here. Understand? I'm watching the war in Ukraine, and while I'm fighting the war in Ukraine, and I just show you how sad the society turning and how this world, and that this is really the end of the world, and the Lord really had to come and deliver Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian people from this world. Watching the war in Ukraine, and the sun drone into the enemy territory, Russia sent drone into Ukraine territory, and the drone have a bomb attached to it. Understand? And when it reached one of the Ukrainians, he alone living, everybody else dead. And but he hiding behind one of them tank, the tank that broken down, right? And this drone running this man around this tank over and over and over, right? And whoever controlling the drone having a time, and this man running wrong the tank until he can't make, he get tired, and the drone is crashing into him and boom. Understand? And that is the society we live in. Now, if them now, I'm not sorry for the Ukrainian, and I ain't sorry for the Russian. Understand? But if them could do one another that, imagine if they stay in charge, what they're going to do to Black people. Understand? Imagine what they're already doing to Black people. Understand? Imagine the kind of things we suffer in slavery. Understand? Right? When it had no camera, it had no Facebook, no YouTube. Understand? Nobody could have protest to say you can't do that. Imagine that. Understand? And that is the state this society heading to. Understand? And people thinking this world heading to a better place. It's going worse. Understand? And it's time for the Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian man to understand and realize what this world really shaped into.
Right.
Understand? And every day you have to thank the Lord for the ISCPK under command in your hand. Understand? And that we could still go out on the street every Saturday and warn people. Understand? And pray that they take heed. Understand? Because I know people going to work in the field, they're making a little dust and they're a little comfortable in the house. Understand? Because it might have AC. Understand? And they might be driving a used vessel. But it's very serious. Right? So we will end with the book of Romans chapter 15 and verse 4. Follow. If anybody could get Romans 15 and verse 4.
The book of Romans, chapter 15 and verse 4. For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning.
Right? And the Bible says the things written aforetime. Understand? Look at the struggle we forefathers go through. Understand? Look at the kind of things that they had to endure. Right? Right? Or the burdens they had to carry. Understand? But they carry it knowing, understand, that this truth must go on. Right? And the Lord is going to deliver Israel if the Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian man could only hear and take heed to this word. Because they know the Lord to return to this earth. And you know in there to the readiness of his liking. Understand? You Black man, you Hispanic man, you Native Indian man, right? If you're watching these classes here in Trinidad, Tobago, Caribbean Islands, call in on Monday school, right? And you will get to the relevant classes, right? Or if you're in another country, we're going to get you onto the really relevant persons where you could be taught, learn your identity, learn your history, and learn how to navigate this society as this world prepares to take some strange direction. Right? But in the Lord, there is always safety, right? There's always refuge in the Lord, in the Most High, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. right? That is the true power of the world. He is the God of the living, right? The God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. So don't forget, our school location is line pole number 1, Morris Street, Point Fortin, right? You could call in the money screen 479-8286. Right? They have the international number 1202-701-4640. Right? You can get in contact with the school and attend the classes. And also, right, you can donate to the school, right? Anything new or used, gently used clothing, canned food items, right? You can donate to the ISPP kitchen at that school.
Right.
Call the number, same thing on the screen. Call the number on the screen and say I want to donate, whether it be clothing or food items, and the officer will be happy to assist you, right? And organizing how that transaction will take place, right? And with that, we're going to pass the class over to Priest and Officer Shah.
Security announcement. We are the ISUPK out of 120 Street, Hallam, New York, under commanding General Yohana. New rules for brothers and sisters. When a new brother or sister comes to the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are here to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. After 6 months, if your brother or sister has an interest from the head to speak to another brother or sister, there's another 6 months in which the brother or sister will court each other. After the 6-month period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithe, which is the commandment. You can find this in Numbers chapter 18, verse 21, Malachi chapter 3, verse 8 to 10. Means tenth in Hebrew as function. Maishra, 10% of every penny increase the Lord give you. Go to the treasury department or teacher priest fund. Fuel offering for priest, non-mandatory. Whatever amount you like to give. Upcoming Holy Convocation, that will be the Memorial Blue Trumpet. That will be the first day of the 7th month. That will be Sunday, the 21st of September, 2025. You can find this in Leviticus chapter 23, verse 24 and verse 25. Reminder, Akiyaman at Watcham to check on social media, such as ISPK, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and so on for ISPK events and material. If your brother wants to be a trooper in the school, then he needs to start wearing all black, which includes black boots, like shirt, like pants, like headband, or scarf. For that we say, Imagine. Start on Kokadam, we're going to rise and face east. We're going to say Lord's Prayer in Hebrew. Abanawa, Shabash Mayam, Kodash, Ayah, Shamka, Yahweh, Lakoka, Kaba'a, Adazaka, Ayah, Aisha, Maratiza, Kawa, Ayah, Ashamayam, Yatan, Nawa, Lakam, Kal, Yawam, Wasalak Noah, Kabawaki Noah, Kasalak Noah, Kabawaki Noah, Malaa, Tabiya Noah, Basai One, Abal, Oshai Noah, Mayan, Rai, Kaya, Laka, Amalakwa, Waala, Ataparat, Railomium, Aman.
What we said in the English was, Our
Father,
which
art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh, thy kingdom come, thy will be done. In earth, as in heaven, give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, and we forgive our debtors, and lead us not in temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thy is the kingdom. His kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it. Sir, let's get a teacher one kiss salute. Imagine Shabbat. Imagine Barak. Yahweh Shimon Shai Brakata. Yadmata. Sir, let's tune and face the sisters online. Get a one kiss salute. Imagine Shabbat. Imagine Barak. Yahweh Shemaya Tam Bashimir Oshai. Yadmata. Class dismissed. Oopsie.
Yeah, you know what it is. 140 for the rapper, Billy man, shit, nigga. They turn their head over, nigga. I read what Eve did to Adam. I just pray my love don't lie to me. Swing the iron like Samson, I can't let no hoe to lie to me. I don't feel these rappers, all they lies is hypocrisy. Ain't no competition, ain't no rivalry. Niggas think I'm playing, I don't hear one word they saying. This shit light work. Keep Muhammad one of us, he might lose his life first. Sucker up and stay alert. Another clock can stretch the nigga. He ain't demon, this an exorcism. Watch I bless the nigga. Took that open blood, then you know I'm gonna get active with you. Fuck the opposition, I see vision. Let me break.